All right, so yesterday you guys had a bit of an introduction to what exactly the project is going to look like. You should have built your first prototype, and hopefully you had time to test your first prototype as well. So hopefully you've been through the whole experience of what that testing process looks like. Make sure that you're filling out your engineering design notebook as you go, so you're not allowed to start your next prototype or your next design until you've filled out the entire row for the design that you've just tested. So that should include your design description, what the initial release time was of the Kool-Aid, did it completely release within that 3-minute window that we're looking for, and then you should just describe the testing process as well as what you can improve by. Remember that you have to include that line, we can improve our design by. So after you have your first prototype built and tested, then you can move into trying a secondary design. So in that same table, you're going to see multiple rows, and these multiple rows are going to be for you to design many prototypes. So as we talked about with the engineering design process, that normally we don't get things right on the first try, and that's not what science is about. It's about trying to solve a problem, learning from our mistakes, learning from what doesn't work in order to make something that does. And so that's what we're trying to do here. So we're going to have many iterations, which means multiple attempts pretty much, but we want to improve on it every time. So if you made your first design yesterday and you tested it, today you should move on to create a second design, and you'll include that in row 2 of that table in your engineering design notebook. So you're going to try to meet the same exact criteria of the initial release time of 2 minutes and the duration of 3 minutes. You want to improve upon your design. So whatever you said for design 1, you said we can improve our design by, okay, well now go and make those changes and see if you can get it closer to that 2-minute and 3-minute mark. So that's what you guys are going to be working on today. Hopefully you can get 2 designs built today and tested. So you should be able to build one design, test it, fill out your engineering design notebook, and then move on and do a second design. If you have time, you'll move on to a third. So we're looking to have at least 3 designs for that first design criteria. So if you have time, then you can absolutely move on to a 4th one. So hopefully you guys are pros at doing the testing now. Please remember to be responsible with materials. You will be expected to clean up your station after your design. So you can build your design and then you can go do your testing. Remember, when you take your wiffle ball out of the water, that you should have it next to a trash can, because we don't want to drip all over the floor and make a mess. You'll take it apart, look for any Kool-Aid. You'll want to keep your wiffle ball and your weighted netting, and then make sure that you very carefully replace the water in the bucket for the next people to use. And after you've done all of your cleanup and your engineering design notebook, then you guys can move on to your next design. So have a good day, and I will see you guys soon.